Hi everyone. Well, when you order an old fashioned in a restaurant or a bar, and assuming you don't specify what type of bourbon you want in that old fashioned, I find that the majority of the times they will use one of the following four bourbons in that old fashioned: Buffalo Trace, Maker's Mark, Bullet, or Woodford Reserve. All of them the flagship brands, expressions for those brands, and all of them 90 proof. I think the Woodford Reserve is 90.4 proof, but all about 90 proof. So you're not getting a weak 80 proof bourbon, but at the same time you're not getting a bourbon north of 100 proof, higher proof cask strength. You're not getting anything totally overpowering. As I mentioned in previous videos, old fashions are spirit forward drinks, so the bourbon, and it does matter. So what you'll get is a bourbon that stands up in the old fashioned, but isn't completely overpowering. You'll definitely taste the spirit in it, but it's not going to overtake it. So of those four, I find, if someone asks me what type of an old fashioned I want, a lot of times I've said I'll have a Maker's old fashioned. In some cases, I've said a Maker's 46 old fashioned if they have it, which is 94 proof. But in general, you're looking, you're figuring you're in that 90 proof range. What I have not had is an old fashioned in general. In most restaurants, I have not seen that where they, unless you specifically ask for it, where they'll give you any type of a cask strength or higher proof bourbon. So I like to try a twist on the Maker's old fashioned I like, using Maker's Mark cask strength. So that same Maker's old fashioned, but a cask strength 110 proof. Just want to see what kind of a twist that gives. A little bit overpowering. I want to kind of see how much that raises the taste profile of the old fashioned. So let's make one up right now and see. Okay, so 2 ounces of Maker's Mark cask strength, 110 proof. A couple of dashes of Angostura bitters. Half an ounce of simple syrup. And stir it up. And there is your Maker's Mark cask strength old fashioned. Maker's Mark 110 proof cask strength. Let's give this a taste. Cheers. Oh, wow. That is a different type of an old fashioned for sure. So basically, being a spirit forward cocktail, let's rewind. You use the regular Maker's Mark old fashioned, which is probably the most common that I have. Certainly if I'm out and I ask for one, and you taste that, the base Maker's Mark, when it was a Maker's 46, I think it comes out a little more. This is just jumping out of the glass. You can clearly taste the higher proof. And quite honestly, I think it's actually really nice having that higher proof in an old fashioned. It just really stands up that much more. It's going to stand the taste. In general, I would say, again, in a restaurant, more likely than not, I don't think a lot of places, obviously when you have specialty whiskey places or bars, they may have a lot of them, will have the Maker's 46. Some just have Maker's Mark. A lot of places, just regular places, not everyone has the Maker's Mark cask strength, nor a lot of other cask strengths. A lot of times, depending on the place, they may just have the base flagships, and that's what you have. I have not seen too many restaurants, just in general, that just always have that, unless, again, it's a specific bar or whiskey place. But it's just a nice alternative, and I think it actually does give this a little bit more kick, stands out a little bit more flavor, one more taste. So basically, everything that the spirit is, I think, is important, and it comes out in the glass, and in an old-fashioned just kind of amps it up that much more. So this is a good alternative. I do like having this neat, but I figured I would try this once in an old-fashioned. And we're going to be, talking about some types of drinks and other things that may be good for Thanksgiving and the holidays. Cheers, everyone. Thanks for watching. Take care.